I used to see him 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. Of course, later days was a little more. 3 was the worst. Vocal, let's say. He had a few more libations, let's say. But he always searched me out, no matter where we were at. It was really great to know that and I can count on it. I can count on it. We're gonna have the wall. If Kenny's here, I'll see him in the morning. He always showed up, not noon sometimes, but I always saw him. I remember one day here at the post. This is one of my stories. One day at the post, I was in here doing something, working up here early, and he comes wheeling in here. Need a drink? So we're closed. He says, no, you're not. The sign says open. It says right through the window, open. Well, the bartender forgot to turn the sign on. And I said, well, hell, Kenny, why not? So we had a drink, and here shortly thereafter, the bartender showed up, and everything was good. But yeah, sign says open, and he pulled it right in the motorcycle park. He said, you're not on a motorcycle. Well, there's a room here where you park my old car. He pulled right up here. That's how Kenny was, right? Yeah. I mean, he was what he was. And he had that infectious kind of smile. He came with a smile. How do you not look at Kenny and feel happy? I'm sure you guys have seen it, but I've never seen him angry. I've never seen him upset. It's just he might gripe a little bit about politics or gripe a little bit about something, but not upset. That's okay. Well, it's kind of proof to be the commander. I don't get a lot of gripes unless it's really bad. And they do, I say, I want to hear it, let's have a beer. We're good. But I'll miss Kenny. I mean, I will. I'll miss seeing his smiling face. But it's so, you're showing, by being here, you're showing he was loved. You're showing that, he meant something in your life. In some way, shape, or form, he touched your life, I'm sure. It might be something simple. Like you said, he was the best dad in the world. He touched your life, probably touched more of your life a couple times. Probably try to take your life a couple times. I will beat you this your life, but I had that right. But he's a good dad. That's how good dads are. So does anybody have a story they'd like to share? The family. Does the family have a story they'd like to share? It's hard. I gotta tell you, it's hard as a family to share stories. Anybody have a story they'd like to share back there? Come on, come on, Louie. Louie doesn't talk, but Louie's got stories.
I love it.
Come on, Louie. I don't need a mic like he said either. The story about the cat.
Dusty?
Dusty. Well, one day he said, hey Louie, you gotta go with me up to the SPCA, da-da-da. So Terry and him and I, we used to like to go garage sailing and all that on Saturday. So one day we go over there and we get to the place. And we all looking, rummaging around, stuff like that. I was like, hey Louie, come here. And I'll show you this one cat that I've been looking at. I don't know. Well, Kenny he never really liked mascots. He didn't have no pets or anything like that. All right? And we get there, he goes, yeah. I said, which one, Kenny? And I'm looking, there's cats running up and down. I said, which one? I said, that one over there. The scrunniest little cat you ever seen in that place. His hair was all blurred, his body tiny like this and stuff like that. And he kept talking about the cat and the cat. We're on our way back home and he's talking about the cat. And we even went to the base. On the way back, he's still talking about the freaking cat. So on our way home, I told Kathy, hey Kathy, you're gonna lose. You know who's gonna win this battle, right? And I say, the little pussies. Yeah. 2 weeks later, there was Dusty. And he was the happiest cat ever. I mean, gained maybe 30 pounds from where I saw him the first time. Loved that, scratched the shit out of him, which was good. But I'm sure he teased him a lot too. But Kenny was my best friend. We talked every day. We hung out every day. Sorry to see him go. My best pleasure is that he will be with me in my heart. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Louie.
Anybody else? That's that story? No?
I'll tell you what, I got it.
Please, says that, man.
Yeah. I met Kenny, probably, I don't know, over 20 years ago. We worked Home Depot together. And You know, Kenny was one of the perfectionists, you know, and you know everything. He worked tool rental with me, and you know, and everything had to be a time to get out. But you know, he wanted everything to be perfect all the time. You know, but then he'd get up, spend more time talking to the customers than he would be doing his work a lot of times. I mean, you know, he was one of them kind of people. But I'll tell you, and towards his end, we were supposed to be doing some camping together, but we never got to do that. And I'm going to be very upset in my heart that I didn't get to do that with him. You know, I mean, went over his house a few times, and you know, we talked about it. It just never happened with my knee getting replaced and all that stuff. But I'll tell you, talk about a fine gentleman, man. I'll tell you what, this world is going to miss somebody that's very, very precious, and I got nothing but great to say about that young.
It shows about people here. So I'll tell the family. You see, people aren't telling me stories. Don't be offended by that. They're not telling stories because it hurts their heart to tell them. I guarantee you, we break this up, and you have your food afterwards, and a few drinks, and after you toast, stuff like that. All the stories are going to come out. You may have to put the kids away. No. Yeah, get the earplug. You have to put the kids away from some of the stories, but there will be stories. And trust me, it's not an insult if people not tell stories here, because it hurts their hearts. I always tell family, trust me. How many people here know a story about Kenny? Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of stories. Yeah. Well, you know, thing is, yes, sir. You got a story? Please stand up.
Yeah. We took Kenny and Kathy camping once. Once. Once later, they had their own bus camp.
One time in your RV.
The best, yeah, the best birthday party I ever had was with Kenny every month.
Every month. Didn't want to miss it.
Didn't matter where we was at, he'd get the whole crowd breaking out singing happy birthday. More free drinks than I could shake a stick at.
And I'm sure he hurt your arm making you drink. That's the kind of guy Kenny was. You know, I can see him escape something like that. No problem at all. But yeah, so I tell people, don't worry about stories not being told. There'll be plenty of stories. So if there are no stories, anybody else? You got one?
Yeah. I have several.
Well, tell us a good one.
Eons ago, when Kenny first moved down here, he started at Home Depot, and I might have been like maybe one of the first. It might have been one of the first. I might have been one of the first friends he ever had in Florida once he got here. And as time went on, so many things happened that you can't remember them all on a daily basis. But one of them in particular was when he was written up at Home Depot. It seems there was this one little guy, almost 5 foot tall. His name was Dick, who practiced doing nothing on the job. Kenny decided he was going to influence him some to actually do something, and by telling him he's going to rip off his head, pound a mud hole down his neck, and take a dump. So Dick was upset. That's him. Dick was upset. He went to a manager and told. So 2 managers dragged him into the office, and they repeated it. And he says, "Kenny, you actually said that?" He said, "Yeah, I said that." And he said, "I would do it again." Yeah. And they started, egging him on or whatever. And he finally said to the managers that, off the record, let me take you both outside and show you what a 52-year-old man can do. And well, it's profound. I just remember that to this day. But there were so many stories, yes, about camping, yes, about parties, yes, about swimming pool, and that. It was a blast. You're gonna miss him.
I remember that.
That's something you'll remember forever. That's something that little guy, Dick, will remember forever. So he spread the love all the way around people you don't love. Anybody else? All right, so we'll move on a couple things then. Grief is like an ocean. It's going to come at you in waves. It's going to ebb. It's going to flow. And sometimes the water's calm and smooth, and you think you have this all in control, and I'm at peace with all this. And then all of a sudden, it'll overwhelm you like an unwelcome hurricane. It'll blow you down, knock you down. And all you can do is learn to swim in the moments of these times. Don't swim against the current. Don't try to fight the riptide. Go with the flow. When the seas calm, swim back to safety of your heart. All you can do is tread water at those moments of weakness, those moments of grief, and they will. I firsthand knowledge. I'm widowed. I know firsthand knowledge. It will. You'll be going along. Oh, it's a great day. And the next day, you're sitting over there crying. You're like, what happened? A memory, a thought. I mean, I can't go a day and something doesn't remind me of my wife. Something stupid. I hear a cat meow. I don't have any animals anymore. I hear a cat meow. I think of her because we had cats then. You know, a little thing. And the dumbest thing you'll ever think, the dumbest thing that you won't even think of, will bring a memory just rushing back to you like an unwelcome hurricane. A loved one is a treasure of the heart. Losing a loved one is like losing a piece of yourself. But the love that person brought to you did not leave. It's still in your heart. But the essence of the soul lingers on forever. It can't escape your heart, for it's been there forever. Cling to the memories and let them find their way to heal you. You'll never get over it, but you will heal a little bit every day. And that's what Kenny would want for you. He doesn't want you to grieve forever. Your love, laughter, the joy of togetherness you shared will make you strong. You come to realize that the time together, no matter how long or short it may have been, it was a blessing. Rough patches, soft patches, good patches, bad patches, it was a blessing to have him in your life. Keep your heart beating with the loving memories. Trust in your faith to guide you through. Know that through life, though life's going to move on, the beauty of the love stays behind you and embraces you forever. I want to leave you with one final thought. Always remember